have quite a contingent of scouts tonight. If y'all would like to come up and help us lead the pledge, y'all can just come right up here and help us. First of all, we're going to do the prayer, and we're going to have Councilman Miller do the prayer. But before that, I'd like to have a moment of silence for John Lester, who was a council member here in Enterprise for the last, for 20 years. Away Tuesday, and I'd like to have about just a few seconds of silence for him. Thank you, Councilman Miller.
Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you, dear God, for this town that you blessed us with, dear Lord. We want to thank you for this country, dear God. We pray, dear Lord, that you would just be with this council tonight as we conduct the city's business, dear Lord, and just thank you for loving us, forgive us, dear Lord. And I would again like to ask, dear Lord, just to be with Councilman John Lester's family, dear God, as he's passing away, dear Lord, and just be with him. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Great to have you here tonight. Gentlemen, in your Mr. Hicks, please show for the record that all councilmen are present. Gentlemen, in your packets you will see the minutes for the July 5th regular session. If y'all would look over those and give me your...
So moved. Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. If you would vote, please. 5-0, Mr. Hicks. Okay, we'll take this time for privilege of the floor. If there's anyone that would like to speak to the council, Hicks. Mr. Borman, please come forward. Thank you for coming tonight.
I just wanted to share with you that we have 16 scouts with us. We have 6 of our leaders with us, 7 if you include the one that's outside holding all our knives. And we got 2 spouses, 2 siblings with us, and they are all working on citizenship to the community. And that's why we are here, and we just want to thank you for that privilege and honor to be here.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you all for coming tonight. That's great to see all these young men here tonight. And thank you all for your leadership.
Let's give them a round of applause.
Old business review and consider the recommendation. I'd like to recognize Glenn Morgan, who will present an update on the project prior to consideration for the bid for the fire station number 4. Ms. Morgan?
Good evening. As you know, plans were developed for and multiple bids were received last year for the new Central Fire Station, and which was bid twice to the Bates Memorial Stadium. All of those bids exceeded the budget that was set up for those projects. In response to that, as you know, we had multiple work sessions about that. The city considered alternative delivery methods for the projects. One option that was considered was utilizing a construction manager approach to the projects. And in April of this year, you selected Lunsford Construction Company as the construction manager for both the renovation to the Bates Stadium and the new fire station, which was, as I mentioned, bid. Also, the new fire station, which was located on the bypass at the airport, had not been bid. But all three of those projects were lumped together, and Lunsford Construction was chosen as the construction manager. The agreement that was worked out with the construction manager guaranteed a max for all three projects in the amount of $3,328,286. That's the guaranteed maximum cost for all of the projects combined. First thing the construction manager did was develop an overall schedule for the projects to bid and construct. And the first project that he to let was the new fire station number 4. The plans have been finalized or were finalized. The construction manager advertised the project and bid it on July the 7th. The total cost for that fire station, Mr. Lunsford will go over in just a minute, approximately $26,000 over the guaranteed maximum for that particular project that he had in his agreement. And that amount will either be made up in the other two projects, or the construction manager will absorb that amount internally. I'd like to, unless somebody's got some questions specific for me at this point, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Lunsford and let him go over the bid results for Fire Station 4.
Are there any questions? Mr. Lunsford?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
As Glenn said, we have advertised in accordance with the construction management agreement that we have, where you have engaged us to handle the construction of the projects. And we have taken bids on the fire station number 4. We had broken it down into several bid packages, and if we take the best combination of the different bid packages and different bidders, we would make a recommendation that the base bid for the building itself be awarded to GenCon Associates in the amount of $634,223. The alternate for bonds, $8,880, for a total of $643,103. Then the site work packages, 2 site work packages, one base bid was $231,000, and with bonds of $1,700 for a total of $232,700. And we make recommendation that those be awarded tonight to these 2 contractors. That covers most of the project. We still have the generator to purchase, which we go directly through the city and save the markup for the contractor on that. There's a couple of items that also that the city will be furnishing: blinds, window coverings, a couple other things that also save that money. And these figures do not reflect the tax savings that we hope to realize by the city purchasing the materials for the contractors. So these are, again, the maximum cost that's going to be incurred. And as guaranteed in our contract, we have a guaranteed maximum of the project, and if it runs over that figure, then we are responsible for that. So we assure you that we're going to be doing our best to keep it within the budget.
Are you saying that $26,000 that you could make up some of that difference in taxes?
No, the taxes are, that goes to the city whether we make it up or not. That don't come out, that don't count.
Okay.
Taxes don't count.
All right.
It may be made up on
So
the other 2.
That has nothing to do with that $26,000.
No, that won't affect.
But if you made it up on the next 2 bids and say they came in combined 100, back that $26,000 out, and then we would split that with him on the savings, is that the way I understand that?
No, actually.
That is correct. If the other 2 projects come in under budget, and the total of the 3 come in under budget,
Correct.
then the difference will be split between the city and
That's your incentive.
Yes. Okay. And again, like I say, the taxes are not considered as savings. as far as the contract goes. This will go directly to the city.
Okay.
So I would ask your approval to proceed with the formulation of contracts and awards to these two contractors so we can get started.
These bid prices that you got from these subs and all, they include all the material
Yes,
on these?
generator, which we can purchase direct.
Any other questions? All right, gentlemen, kind of to review, we have a call to consider the recommendation from Construction Manager Walter Lunsford to award contracts for construction of fire station number following bids.
Mr. Chairman,
I'm sorry.
if I may, Mr. Lunsford, if you would you please go over the construction schedule as far as the anticipated time to begin this project and the anticipated schedule of time that it will take to get the building completed?
Okay. I have spoken to both the contractors, and they are willing to go to work immediately. It's going to take some time for us to formulate the contracts, get the bonds in place and everything, but they are willing to start some layout and preliminary work next week if we issue them a letter of intent to award, which I think we can do. One little hitch, I'm going to be out of town all next week. I'm going to Guatemala on a missions trip, but hopefully I can get the ball rolling with Steve and they can at least get some preliminary work done on layout. The contract calls for 365 calendar days to complete the project, but we anticipate it only taking 9 months. So if everything goes well, it's starting at a good time of the year. We can get out of the ground with it, and it's
In the total bid, am I looking at this right? $1,069,632. Thing.
plus the bonds.
Plus the bonds.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes the generator out of that.
That includes the
number,
generator.
yeah.
That's everything but the bonds.
Correct.
Right.
And bonds are roughly 10,000.
Approximately $10,000.
Bonds are 80 and $1,700.
$1,700.
A little over 10,000.
All right, for the fire station number 4, the following bidders were Mr. wants us to consider GenCon Associates, Inc. The base bid, again, was $634,223.00. The bond for that was $8,880 for a total of $643,000. The site prep was Bullard Excavating. Base bid was $231,000. Bond was $1,700 for a total of $2. Y'all further recommendation? Y'all have any questions or discussion? I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion we award the contracts to GenCon Associates and Bullard Excavating for the figures.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. If there's no discussion, please cast your vote. Thank you, Mr. Lunsford.
Thank you, and we will
Yes, sir.
begin, we will start tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Okay, next, we have a call for consideration of Resolution 07-1916, providing for the acceptance of land and water assistance in the amount of $50,000 for the construction of a skate park to be located at Judd Brown Recreation Center. Resolution 07-1916 further provides for the city's commitment of $84,380 in matching funds for the project and authorizes the mayor to sign and execute any documents necessary on behalf of the city for this award. Gentlemen, is there any questions about the skate park or this resolution?
We have a commitment from the E.O. Gibson Foundation, part of those matching funds.
That would be correct. $20,000 for B.O. Gibson Foundation, and we have also allocated in-kind services there, and I think it was $25,000, Steve, or was, yeah, 25,000. But we've gave us ourselves a wiggle room in there that if we needed to, have the flexibility, we could go up to $50,000 if need be.
$1,380. 20 will be from the E.L. Gibson.
That would be
Foundation.
correct, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Chairman.
Any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion. So moved. Okay, I have a motion.
Second.
And a second. If there's any discussion, if not, please cast your vote. 5-0, Mr. Hicks. I'd like to recognize, City Clerk Treasurer Steve Hicks to present a copy of the FY15 audit.
I was proud that the audit from Farm Ingham has completed the city, which includes, the city of, and we use lots of work about the water board. But we have a compilation of the audit with one city, enclosed, and we're presenting this. I'm glad to say there are no findings, any of the federal findings or anything related to the daily operations of the city. What we'll do is present this to you tonight, give you a chance to review it for 2 weeks. Carl Riggs and Amy on hand at the next meeting on August 2nd to go over the audit in detail and outline the highlights of the audit. But this is in your hands to conclude the review. We'll have it on the agenda next meeting for you to approve.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Hicks. We have now a review and consider for Resolution 07-1916A, which is providing for the appointment of Steve Hicks as the absentee election manager for 2016 municipal election cycle. Resolution 07-1916A further provides for the authorization of Beverly Sweeney, Assistant City Clerk, to assist in those duties. Y'all have heard the resolution.
Make a motion with Dr.
Motion and a second. If there's no discussion, please cast your vote. 5-0, Mr. Hicks. Okay, introduce and call for consideration of resolution of 07-1916B for the declaration of election of Jones Wallace Al Miller Jr. to the office of City Council Member, District 4. Congratulations, Mr. Questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion on the resolution. So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. If there's no discussion, please cast your vote. All right. Next thing is we call for a public hearing on a request from Fred's Stores of Tennessee, Inc., DBA store number 1545 for a retail beer and wine off-premises only license located at 621 Boweevil Circle, Suite 30B. At this time, we're going to open the hearing. Is there anyone to speak for or against Fred's Store getting a beer license? Okay, if there's not, I'll go ahead and close the hearing. Y'all have heard the request. I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion we adopt the request.
Second. Okay, I have a motion and a second. If there's no discussion, please cast your vote. 5-0, Mr. Hicks. Introduce and call for consideration of the following contract billing. Glass Group, LLC, invoice number 10464 in the amount of $38,613.48 for contract services, telecommunications service audit. And that is the only one, so the total contract billings is $38,613.48.
Pay contract billing. Second motion.
I have a motion and a second to pay contract billing. If there's no discussion, please cast your vote. 5-0, Mr. Hicks. Introduce and call for consideration of the following travel request. E911, Lon Jones, Director, the ACCA 2016 Annual Conference, August 16th through the 19th, 2016, 2016 rather, Orange Beach, Alabama. Estimated cost $832. Engineering, Michael Walters, Director of Engineering. 2016 Airport Conference, September 19th through the 21st, 2016, in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Estimated cost $1,025. Is there any questions about the travel request? If not, I'll entertain.
I make a motion we grant travel request.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for travel request. If there's no discussion, please cast your vote. 5-0, Mr. Hicks. Review and consider a street light modification at 502 Springdale Drive at the request of Michael Waters, Director of Engineering, to install the following street light at an annual cost of $56.88. The light will be placed on an existing pole. Is there any questions about the street light?
This a new light? This is one?
This would be a brand new light that's placed on an existing pole.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Make 'em. Second.
Okay, I have a motion. Please cast your vote. 5-0, Mr. Hicks. That leads us to the mayor's report. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Parks and Recreation, I had the pleasure to witness some great baseball in Oxford a week ago. Coach Pitch played 4 games and lost out, but let me tell you something, they could play some baseball. Pitch placed 3rd in the tournament. AAA 9 and 10-year-olds lost and placed 2nd in the tournament. And then Ozone 11 and 12-year-olds state champs. Dixie officials declared co-champs between Enterprise and Fairhope. Right now we're playing tournaments. We have tournaments in play in our city. We had like 33 teams in town this past weekend. Great for our hotels, great for our restaurants. We had great attendance there. Also, World Series 15 and under Dixie Boys baseball. First game is July the 21st, beginning at 9 a.m. at Wallace College in Dothan, Alabama. And the second game is on July the 21st, beginning at 7 p.m. at Eagle Stadium. And skate park, you see that you finalized that. Actually, myself, Public Works, and the Parks and Recreation met today to plan our work. But also, one of the things that we'll be doing is making sure that we have all our paperwork in place. But we hope to see that begin with the next 2 weeks, as far as with the demolition of the batting cages and getting prepared to start that project. Renovate Bates Memorial Stadium and the new Central Fire Station to be located out on Plaza Drive. The construction manager will advertise these projects beginning on Sunday, July the 24th. Pre-bid meetings will be held each on August the 9th at 10 a.m. Bids will be received from the new Central Fire Station on August the 16th at 2 p.m. and bids will be received for the renovations to Bates Memorial Stadium on August the 18th, also at 2 p.m. If you have a chance to go by tonight, the Boll Weevil Monument will be lit in blue in honor of our law enforcement officers, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilman Cooper?
Well, we have already recognized the Boy Scouts, and again, we're going to hope that you have gotten something out of this tonight, and we'd also like to thank the residents and the citizens for coming and being a part of our council meeting.
Councilman Johnson?
Not only thank our Boy Scouts, but thank their sponsors and thank the time you put in with these boys and making them grow up and to be fine young men that I know they will. And thank everyone else.
Councilman Donaldson?
Also would like to thank the Boy Scouts for coming out and their sponsors. These men that are out in the audience tonight are some of them may be our leaders of tomorrow. So we thank them. And I also like everyone to remember John Lester family in prayer tonight, and they're going through a rough time. Was a strong supporter of Enterprise, and he was on the council some 20-something years. And, we ask that you give a prayer before you go to bed tonight.
I'd
Councilman
like to
Miller.
echo what everybody said, and I'd just like to thank our guests, thank y'all Boy Scouts and their and y'all's leader and leadership for the young guys, and, that's all I've got.
And I would like to say that, I had a friend of mine call me from Selma, Mr. Mayor, and he was down here for the baseball tournament, and every room in town was booked, every hotel room, and he was so complimentary. I don't see Billy here tonight, but he was so complimentary of our city, how clean it was, our staff, our employees. He was envious of us living in Enterprise. So I just want to thank all of our employees. I know this is a team effort, all of our directors, and we just thank all of y'all and for coming out tonight. We will be adjourned until August 2nd, 2016. Thank y'all.